Right, I've had this for a few weeks and just haven't had a chance to get around to filming it. As some of you might know, I carry fairly comprehensive medical stuff in my car, defibrillator and everything else. And something that popped up recently was a bleed control kit. And whilst I was researching, I mean, there's all the cheap garbage on Amazon. I mean, anything was useful, and we've got some Israeli bandages and all sorts of other stuff. That's an unfortunate name, isn't it? An Israeli bandage. Probably get demonetized now. But this popped up. This is public access bleed control kit, and what you can do is you can register this with the ambulance service and the company that have developed this. It's all been done in memory of Daniel Baird. It's the Daniel Baird Foundation. It was established in memory of Daniel, who was just 26 when he was fatally stabbed during a night out with friends in Digbeth in Birmingham. Lynn Baird, Daniel's mother, began the campaign for public access bleed control kits to be available for everybody during the event of a traumatic injury. So the idea was to carry this in the car, but thinking about it, it might be nicer to have it here. We have a secure front porch where this could be hung up and registered. I mean, it's highly unlikely to be needed in the area that we're lucky enough to be in, but hey, you never know. I've got bleed control stuff now in the car, but I wanted to show everybody this. It's not a cheap thing. It was £100 and something, but I thought it was a worthwhile investment. I haven't opened it, I haven't even looked at it. You see a picture of Daniel on the front there, assuming this video is recording the correct way around. I don't know why I'm having problems with this DJI Osmo. Me looking at the text in the screen, it's reversed, but when I play it back it's the correct way around. I'm hoping that's going to be the case when I play it back on the PC, but we'll see. So what have we got? Let's have a look through everything. We'll do one side at a time. So we have a bleed control kit card. These have a serial number. Expiry date is lengthy. It is 5 years, so that is nice to see. A lot of medical stuff tends to run out quite quickly. I know my defib pads have run out and they're 150 quid a pack. So we have this side, we have a resuscitation shield with valve. We have powder-free nitrile gloves, 2 of those. I'll do this and put them back in as we go. There is a zipped pouch here, and in here we have Trauma Fix. This is designed for major bleeds. It is just a big bandage and a big pad. We have a foil blanket. We have some medical bag type scissors with a serrated edge. So that's all pretty much normal first aid stuff. On this side we have pretty much instructions. We've got a blue seal. Blue is seal it, red is pack it, that's hemostatic gauze, yellow is wrap it. So it's basically showing you where to use the various options in the pack. And if we spin, I wonder why they've done that. They've printed it upside down on the back. And that's what the contents are. So let's have those out. We have a hemostatic gauze that helps to clot. We have a tourniquet. Again, we've got those in the car, relatively inexpensive. And you have one vented chest seal. To be perfectly honest, I've bought a lot more stuff than that for quite a lot less from Amazon. So yeah, just one chest seal is not really enough. I'll probably add my own into that as well. But 1 chest seal, 1 tourniquet, 1 hemostatic gauze strip, and the instructions. Certainly enough to save a life. So we'll be making that available, and I will probably add some extra things into that. But I like the idea that it is registered, so if somebody down the road from us gets stabbed and ring the ambulance and they can't get here particularly quickly, they can see that this is here for access. So you never know. I quite like doing these things. Probably never be used like all my stuff. In fact, that's not true. We saved Debbie's mum's life once when she'd been given a insulin overdose, and she was near death when I got round there to fix a key holder outside the front door. And I nearly didn't bother going in to say hi, but when I did, I mean, she was nearly unconscious, and I carry a gel that you can smear on somebody's inner lips that will bring back bring them back from a diabetic coma if you can't take the glucose tablets or whatever you've got. And yeah, we just managed to save her. It was really very close, but if I hadn't had that stuff with me, that might have been a different story. Anyway, so you never know. I've never had to use any of the serious stuff like the defib, but it's there. So yeah, there you go.